Good morning, everyone. Up early and drawing. Good morning. Time to get up and get out of bed. You are, isn't it? It's the weekend. Only on Fun My Comic. Hello, all. Bad Head here. uh, anyway, can't hide behind the icon. Little mussed up hair. Who does your hair? My pillow. Yes, that's true. Hey, I just wanted to let you know the free acrylic Devil Flyers acrylic Standee offers extended for the rest of the day today. Seeing as didn't get much viewage over on my post for said item, so anybody that backs the book over there today gets a free Devil Flyer acrylic Standee. Let me bring up the campaign here. Why not? It's too early. Good morning, everyone. Why do I have that StreamYard up? I don't need that. There we go. One new backer last night. I went on Frequency Girl see, I should have been prepared, right? Let me get the name right. It was on Regen, which I cast over here, simulcast most of it. Episode 116. Wow. Frequency. Okay, featured Frequency with Rex Christian. There we go. So over with NAF and Frequency Girl. One new backer. So that means one new acrylic Standee going out. 2 days to go. Less than 2 days to go for the first 30 days. Probably have to do an impromptu closeout stream and then renew it for another 30 days. But we'll do a closeout stream nonetheless. Have a celebration, a party. Some changes in the campaign. Reduced from $600 to $450 is the art bundle with the Standee, the acrylic Standee, all three covers, Jimmy Reyes wraparound cover, which is coming soon. He's working on that. I will be getting with him on that. The artist edition, which has additional material, some of that additional material, so you can own the originals and have it printed in a book as well to enjoy. The John Dillard cover and the John Fernandez cover, along with the Bog Tapestry, dark light tapestry. What are we calling that thing? Black light tapestry. There we go. So you can get digital. You can get all three covers individually. You can get a $5 break on the blank cover variant, which I'm most excited about. 3 of you taken up on that offer, or you can get the 3 main covers including the Jimmy Reyes wraparound cover, which will be stunning, I assure you, for a price break. By Abby and Mill, thank you for all of the support on that. The tapestry is up, and the original artwork to the tapestry, 11 by 17 acrylic painting done by Doc Blaylock. Good morning, everyone. Happy weekend. It is Saturday. You should be sleeping in, but perhaps you had to work. I don't know, but I'm here for you. Uh, the drawing tier still up at the old price. We haven't added any new story pages, but we will be doing that. The albino, who is a villain, uh, you see, I put a little eye in there. Up above him, he does his eyes he controls things with his eyes and things. He's a villain. Dreadlocks. Don't like dreadlocks. I've done my job. He is a villain. Sitting there on his throne. Original concept drawing of him. I've had a name, the albino there for villain, just not the look, and I came up with this and said this could be the albino. So that's the way that came about. Devil Flower School original. I need to look around and find that in case I sell that. I do have that in my possession. There is some original art I went through with John that he still has that I thought I might have, but nothing that I put up on the campaign, thankfully. Desert Hunter, the Mighty Brattle Brick, original concept drawing, the Bog, original Old Man Bog, original concept drawing, new to the campaign, or new bookmarks. The old bookmarks are down. The Killer Clown or Clown Killer in full color, done by me. Mark that I did last year. Another stunning Bog. Reaching for something there. Could that be the Spear of Destiny? I don't know. Could it be just a crystal? What's he reaching for? One of the better ones I think I did last year up there. And then sort of a bog with some scenery behind him there, bookmark, and some kind of creature behind a very different looking bog there. Sort of sticky, thatchy looking bog. And a couple of trading cards. One there, just kind of without the framing of the face, just kind of the face there, and another trading card there. A couple that I did recently. She's gotten some more of those scanned, and I think has gotten that to Justin unlocked for everyone. Is the Devil Flyer trading card, of course, and now at $3,250, we'll get a zigzag magnet by Rob Ewing. So we need to get there. Great art team. Couldn't fit everybody on here. I apologize. There's some names that should go on here that just take up a lot of time. Maybe we should do 2 rows. Maybe we'll add the names before the campaign's over. The important part is to keep putting up neat stuff for the campaign. We'll get some more original art pages up there for everyone to look at. And yeah. I wanted to show on my camera here some things that I've completed last night over there when I was doing shays. I was drawing Metro, or formerly Metro Man, which is one of my oldest characters from the 70s. Not the oldest character, but I was okay with that. Bog there. I'm always drawing bogs, so a lot of these are going to be bogs, and I did buy extra. Bought them out actually of the last 6 pads, which is more than enough. I could do over 100 head sketches with these. I'm sure I haven't calculated it all up, but Mixed media paper, good stock, really nice, for the price, especially 110 pound paper, mixed media. So I could absolutely do some washes or color or whatever. I have put in some red for eyes on a couple of these, but another bog there that I did. I also did a bog leg, had a concept for a bog foot. Kind of pop in my head. So leg and foot there that I kind of did. I kind of like the idea of sort of undefined foot with a lot of foliage at the bottom, but I really liked hanging off the calf there. That was what kind of came to me, hanging some vegetation hanging off his calf. So I did that as well, completed that. Here's another one, which I think turned out fairly well. Hey, Tree Goblin. Good morning to you, Gable Penny Shot. So I think these are pretty, I think these are decent for, head sketches, right? Some are more detailed than others, completed, uh, finished this day or early yesterday, I guess. That's not really a head sketch. So after I get all this done, I mean, with what I've had in the past, I was thinking Gable Penny Shot might get his bog supplement because the other supplement may take longer to develop. You may get it, the head sketches and other bog stuff. There was a wild one I did. Sometimes you just have to have a fool around one, and then I think you've seen this one. Detail in that one. I kind of like that character. Shadowhawk liked it better than the original that was just done on thin paper there. More detailing, he said. But kind of wild idea with the clock eye. So I guess I'll have you done any full body sketches of Bog yet? You mean recently? I mean, I've drawn him head to toe for sure. I mean, even in scratch art, which, I'd like to get back to. Actually, I like the line quality of that. I do have a limited number of the scratch art things that I have, although I still have stacks, Not recently, no. Not head to toe, and especially on this small of paper. Not that I couldn't, but I like to afford myself more room than that. Bog's one of those characters that can have different looks, right? I mean, there's one look. Here's sort of a more bald look. I like that he's so diverse that he can be. Here, he's just kind of got indication of where eyes are, like he's blind. So, decided to do an old character, though. Metro, he's been around. Metro Man, as I used to call him back in the 70s. I just kind of jumped into it and did the face mask as best I could. It's kind of geometric, so it's kind of hard to get spot on. It's like 5 triangles, which I think I got 4 on there. But one of the triangles could be where his eyes go across, right? What's everyone have planned today? I plan to rest, relax. Probably need to do some more sketch cards, although I took most of what I did last year or recently, and two of the most recent, or the last two I did, I think. Let me look on the campaign here, or have been put up on the campaign. Yeah, that one is. I know. Yeah, yeah. Probably the last two of those that I did are up on the campaign. So those are the most recent ones. Uh, the ones I did last year, some of the better ones, she's already got scanned. Already has given them to the scans have already been sent to Justin. So it should be pretty good in the following weeks on bookmarks and trading cards, sketch cards. Which is it, a sketch card if it's not pencil? If it's in pen, I guess you do it all in pen. Sometimes I do that. I've been trying to use the pencil, the mighty eraser as well. Billy Power Max, hello. Um, Bog's a good character to just loosen up on, just to get in drawing mode with, till you do something more complex that might have little buildings in the background or water or whatever, like this one. You know, that might require a ruler, straight edge, all organic, biomorphic. Um, Usually start with the eyes of a character or the eyebrows, depending on the character. Always kind of like to put things at a slant, makes it more dramatic. This kind of while I'm thinking about what I want to put, what I want to depict on the interior pages that are to be finished for the book, the imagery that I want to sort of mash and crash and whatever, and put into the book, make sure that I get into the book. Hey, Caroline, good morning to you. While I'm kind of thinking about that type of thing, I want to think about that, exactly what I want to put in. I am making notes on that and doing some preliminary stuff on that. While I'm thinking about that, these headshots are great too, and sketch cards and bookmarks and things like that are good to loosen up with, to practice with, to challenge myself with. I do try and challenge myself, even on stuff like this. Done some pretty wacky things in the past. And, some of them are just like, I did that clam that Nikki liked. I did this last night. It's just, it's out there. It's wild, but it's drawing. So, and you have to maybe sometimes do something like this that I don't think's that great to do, something like, to get, do a few of them till you get to where it looks pretty refined. Some drawings, I never know where a thing's going to wind up. I think, I'm kind of showing these in order, like, do this one. I thought that was good till I did this one, till I did the one I just showed you. The thing about Bog is you show a lot of lines, a lot of detail, and actually make, his face quite beautiful with the line work. That's kind of what I like about it. But even though on these small pieces I'm not doing like full body shots like Gable was asking me about, I am thinking about, things like that, like putting the foliage on a leg on the side of the calf, uh, and how the foot would be more like hoof like, I suppose, in its look. Just kind of pop into my head, and I put them down, and you know I did that on that mixed media paper, so I only had so much room. I was going to put more in there, and I thought, no, I'm just going to convey the ideal of the leg, and because I have different looks for him, and they can vary wildly. Uh, my first bog, which I've shown drawing, and it's around here somewhere, where he looked more alien like, although the whole concept has always been, uh, a creature. And yes, he always has the two little hairs on his head there. I might, for design purposes, place other hairs on his head, but those two dash marks right there are will always be there. Doc, I think, put two little leaves there, but those start looking like feathers, and I'm not opposed to that. And but I always like them to be on the right side of the head. That was the original design. I'd like to stay with that. Just kind of almost like a signature without signing the thing. Just there's my how I drawing, how other people drawing may differ. I understand, but I kind of like that with him, giving him a signature look, just a little subtle thing. But people have noticed that when they look enough at the character. Or like someone asked me about that recently. I can't remember who it was. Uh, the two little things there, and I'm like, absolutely, it always has that. We're trying to always have that. If it doesn't have that little thing, it's probably not bog. I have done sort of bog derivative type characters where I've not done the little shoo shoo, and I don't consider it bog. There might be swampy like drawing. I might have been trying to channeling bog, and then all of a sudden it's like, is this really bog? It's kind of deviating a little bit more than how I kind of view bog. So uh, sometimes I give him eyelids. If you like on this, I just try different things with him, different looks. Um, I think I think I probably get in a rut with some things. Uh, he was always supposed to have like a Ben Grimm brow, you know. Uh, I I don't think I've mastered the character, and yet the look of the character, I've come up with some good looks for him. I feel like, but I've not. Sometimes he looks like an owl. Sometimes he looks like a mushroom or an ice cream cone to me in some of the drawings. Um, but I'm always trying to do something different with him, and that's the great thing about this character. I think that I enjoy is that I can give him so many different looks. Uh, Now, see, when I bring it down like this, and I'll show you what I'm saying, it it looks more like Man Thing because of the just the direction of lines and his facial expression here. Uh, I went to Florida back in 2017 on my spraying job, and after the hurricane came through Texas and then hit Florida, and hey Fanta, and was going to bring back some Spanish moss. I did bring back some. Uh, so tired. I don't think that I mean, I've been exhausted on a job before, but uh, last night I was there. I left my phone on the truck and drove away without it. Had a bunch of pictures for reference of like trees and moss and ferns and things like that. Brought back some fern, brought back some Spanish moss and some other things for reference, which I really haven't used for reference, but I did bring a bag full of a bag or two of stuff back, but from Florida, but uh, really needed that phone, which had all my where I'd been that whole week and taking reference shots. They had this where the motel where we were staying in Gainesville had an alligator or crocodile that was concrete out front, and I took a picture of that for reference and ran off and left my phone on the back of the truck as I was relieving myself. That's what you do when you're out and about and late at night and you have to go, you know, you have to be discreet about it. We were right at the end of the night too. Last day I was there, black phone on a black railing, just drove off and left it. I was an hour away, or it was an hour away. Probably would have never found it, and in the dark on the side of the road. I would have liked to have went back for it, but didn't have a vehicle. I mean, just the company vehicle. Did you backtrack and try and find it? No, there was no way really to do it, Fanta. Like I said, I would drive from Gainesville in all different directions, southward at first, uh, eastward. I think that was somewhere up east or northward of Gainesville. Sometimes an hour away trip, to do these other towns that surrounded. Uh, and no one turned it in or called or I never got it back. So I had to take some of my earnings from that week and buy a new phone, which is the current phone I have now, I think, maybe. Not sure. El Hombre, hello. Um, hey, Timothy Austin. Ooh, this isn't recent. No, 2017. Not changing that. Yes, Velvet Comics. So smooth. So smooth. It is the weekend. I hope no one looks at Bog and goes, that looks like Man Thing or looks like Swamp Thing. I'm really not trying to emulate anything, but certain drawings may look. I see when I'm doing like this, it looks like Man Thing. I could just he would have more of a he's got three, but I really need to ink this so that you can see it against this parchment paper. It's kind of hard to see. I get some satisfaction in putting those two little dash marks in there. I don't know why. Just like nyeh, nyeh, little signature, for the character. Hopefully someone will want some of the new things that I put up on the campaign. If not, we'll put some more stuff up. We'll keep at it. We'll keep working on the story. Can't wait to, actually get some of the elements together on put together in some of the interior pages. That's what I'm trying to say. One thing I wish to do is a mossy I have to see, what am I going to put that on, because that can get quite heavy. I want to do like a collage with actual moss. I've been collecting moss for several years around here off my back patio and other places. I've been collecting bark off my ash tree. Sometimes these strips can come off that are quite huge, some smaller, but they're always textured and pretty neat. I've been collecting that stuff since I've lived here about a decade. Um, would love to do some collage stuff like that, but you have to be able to photograph it and reproduce it. But I would love to have like an actual moss collage, you know, ferny looking, bog cover at some point. Man thing, you make my heart sing. Oh, I'm glad somebody does. A live action Man Thing was in the Werewolf of London TV movie. Yes, it was. And I still have not seen that movie, although it looked half decent. Uh, but as the title, I'd be remiss now that we have a few people in here. Free acrylic Standee. Rest of the day, at first I said, till 6. I'll run it to the rest of the day till midnight. If anybody wants to back it again or back it for the first time, you can get free Devil Flower acrylic Standee along with all the tchotchkes and everything. I sang that in my head a lot. Dang it. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Once you hear something like that, sometimes it's hard to get it out of your head, right? Man thing, you make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. I don't know. Is that a thing? Man thing? See, I don't know even if I just bought a couple new ones. And I don't have any here. I use them to write with as well. So I'm always misplacing them, up to the bed or by the recliner, wherever I might be working on stuff. So I can see they're not even available for me to ink with. It's all right. I can do this. And hopefully here sometime I can get an overhead where people can watch me draw and erase much erasure as anything. I'm not afraid to use the eraser. How sure is your line? There's just something satisfying about inking those two little dash marks. Eh, eh. I like that. I really do need that other thing though. Unless I'm going to do it with one of these, which I bought a couple of those. Sometimes they go wonky, like the last one that I did. It's like from the very beginning I was having difficulty with it, Brush tip. There we go. This one's about out. Good for just like broken line, ink or gray toning certain areas. Try and get the most out of them I can. I do have little ink things that I could dip it in and also use. I want to do an art table where I can really get grungy with stuff. I tell you what, man, Jimmy Palmiotti, he is on Twitter like some madman. He is on Twitter like I stream all the freaking time, all day long, because these little pop-ups come up when people make comments that I'm following over on Twitter. And by far, Jimmy Palmiotti is on there more than anyone. It is amazing how much that guy tweets about different things. You have to unscrew it, take that little red ring off, and then screw it back on, and then the needle here pierces the, the ink is in the barrel. So if I'll screw it right, there we go. Starts out white, and then you have to Squeeze the ink down in there. See it filling up. And eventually it'll come down to the fibers. Put that over a piece of paper in case it drips. There we go. It's got it coming down in the fibers. Synthetic fibers. All the way. And it might bubble up. I bubbled up there. Eventually, might have to use it a little bit to get it to come down to the very tip. I'll try this, and I've just been using the covers as a ink board to put these. That way I don't have any edges so that I don't ink my board. Sometimes you want thicker lines. And it's good for like getting the, something new like this to get the ink to flow to the tip. Like I say, it's kind of hit and miss with some of these. One of them but they all have their uses. And I don't think I've thrown any of these away. Like I said, you could always dip them in ink and use it. Although that's going to be a little different than that continual feed. And you have to be careful squeezing that out. Just getting it to started like this one to get down to the tip to actually start inking. I'm rubbing, and nothing's happening. It's almost to the tip. I guess I could do a broad stroke there, the side stroke. Which, if I'm going to do that, I might as well just, those first few strokes are sort of broken up, and that can add texture. Might as well use that on this piece, not waste it. Like that sort of broken look that you get at the beginning and the end when it's out of ink on these things. Still, come on, come down to that very end here. Don't be difficult. Get this thing started. I need something to ink with. Tell you what. Is it going to go? Is it going to ink? That's what I bought it for. Come on, really? Well, I don't know if this thing's going to work or not. The best laid plans. Set that over there. That one's definitely new. We'll open up the other one and see if I have better success with it. So I thought I'd do a Saturday morning stream. Woke up, fell out of bed, barely dragged a comb across my head. And I thought of you guys, and I fell into a dream. Nobody likes the Beatles. Nobody except me. Right, that can go in the recycle bin. Unscrew it. Take the red ring off. Put it back in there. You have to go counterclockwise with these things, I think. It's above my pay grade. Again, squeeze it. Oh, yeah. Down into that well. Squeeze from the barrel. Whoops, which I really don't have the barrel really tight on there. I can tell gap there. Don't want ink. It can get messy messing with ink. See, that just doesn't look tight. As you squeeze, maybe I'm squeezing too close to the seam there. Squeeze that ink down in there. Coming down into the fibers. See, if you squeeze it too much, it starts bubbling up there at the base, and you can get drippage. And I'm just trying to get it. Some of these, to get them started, is a little difficult at first. Glenn, got some of those ink pens. Looking forward to using them and my Dr. Martin inks. Um, yeah, I don't have any. Maybe from back in the 80s, I had some Doc Martens was big. I do have some Doc Martens white that I use. Proof white, they call it, bleed proof white. I'm sure I actually have two of these sitting here. I have like just some cheaper black velvet. Ooh, black velvet. Waterproof Indie ink sitting here. And then I showed you this one, which came with a little nib for calligraphy of ink. Traditional, right, Glenn? Traditional artwork. I do have a nice red sable from back in the 80s. That looks like a fountain pen. That is out of Japan. I need to really start using that. And I see this one's inking and it's doing better than the other one, which I never really kind of got to going, but I will. I will. I do like the brush look. Hey, Carrie, do you need glasses? I do not need glasses. Actually, my eyesight is pretty good. Trad? What is trad? What's trad? You and that British slang. How are you, Rex, after your grilling interview? Yeah. Neff asking the hard questions, right? Nail it down. Tell me the origin. Blah, blah, blah. We got to get you a second webcam. That way we can see you drawing in real time. Exactly right. And erasing in real time. Always hey, go away. Always misplacing. Leaving the pitch to you. Yes, that could be a disaster. Uh-huh. Now to break the curse, do a million good deeds. That's a bunch of good deeds there. You was squinting looking at them bottles. Well, I don't know. Just I know with this calligraphy, it is small print on that thing. This is a small bottle. Look at that. That is small. Just came with a traditional nib that's sitting over there somewhere. I haven't actually broke it in and used, although I've used some of the ink. Eyesight's good. This year I will be renewing my driver's license, so there will be an eye test, and we'll just see how good it is. Although I don't know if they tell you or not. Let's see here. This ink flowing. You know, the death of a good inking, whatever, a good tool. Artist is like, oh, I use that. And some are so good, you use them for years. So some stuff like this have an expiration date on them. And, but if you really get one that you like, it lays down a pretty consistent line, you know what you're going to use it for. It's always kind of sad when you can no longer use that, when you lose that, It's almost like a period of time in your artwork where it's like, oh, I remember that the thicker line or something. That was because of you had a certain device you were using, tool you were using, and it had a lifespan on it. And I love the Beatles. I heard you say you were the only one. Tisk tisk tisk. Yeah, I like the Beatles. I'm not ashamed of it. A lot of people, there's varying things on that. I mean, everybody loved the Beatles in the 60s. And then that's a generality. But I mean, there was a bunch of people. If they were willing to throw their money at them, that's for sure. And now it's in vogue to say, I never liked the Beatles. Well, I did. I like the Monkees. Here's another one I might use that might salvage me. This is sort of a cheaper, I think it's a pintail. What is that? A Pigma. Pigma. I think I can get some use out of that. And I believe this is permanent. Some of this writing. It is out of Japan. Japanese had that calligraphy, I don't know, what would you call it? Look to their writing. So Glenn would know because I'm sure he's been over to Japan, right, Glenn? Maybe, maybe not. This may just save the day because I really do need those others. I would like to buy some more of them. They only stock so many of them. I could never have enough because I'm always writing, always drawing. Of late, I need to get out and do some yard work today, just some general cleanup. It did want to sprinkle, but that's all I got the other day. It was just a little sprinkle. So it is muddy out there, which is kind of normal for this time of year. This has a thicker line. It's not as thin as the other one, which the other has a thicker line too. All right, to do the dash marks again, make them real thick. I kind of like a variety of line. Contrast is important. Learned that in college, if I learned anything. A little form of training, I think, is good. It forces you to view things in a different way that maybe you didn't prior, think of. It's not rocket science, folks. I do have this Sharpie that I like that has a good, but see, that's not really archival safe. We had snow and it's gone now. Oh, hey, Bone, hit the like button. Are you off today, Bone? Or are you like working? Love the monkeys as well. Hey, for the monkeys. It was a feel good time. I'm glad I experienced a few years and it was old enough to remember it, although I was 1, 2, 3. I think it was like at the end of 1969. I turned 4, in November. So very young, but so very young sounds like a novel title, doesn't it? So very young. Coming of age novel. So had a good time over there at Neff's. But yeah, he, as Carrie was saying, he wanted to know it all. Well, you'll have to wait. Kind of like, especially for the origin of bog. Or not the origin. Well, you might have to wait for the origin. I was going to tell you the origin of bog, but we pivoted and went into another direction. And really, I was combining 2 stories. Now I don't have to do that. So I can tell it in a different manner. And actually, the first couple of pages that I had Doc do, sequential interior pages, I can now pivot. And since the character is on a motorcycle, it can be the origin of Storm Rider. How about that? And I don't really have to Go with the easy fix on the bog. He should have I've had a sort of industrial disaster type, and maybe that's too close to the origin of Swamp Thing. So I'm not one of these that if I've got a good origin in it and it suits the story and it sets the character up good, okay, tell an origin story. If not, I'm not one of those that go to an origin story just immediately. I think that takes a lot of mystery out of the character. Sometimes it can solidify what the character's about. Just depends. You have another unboxing to do, Fanta? Art this time, and I want it size, shoe, and size. Shay and size. Oh, Shay and size. Shies? Shies? Yeah, Shay and size auction. I got it. I saw reruns of the Monkeys. Laugh out loud. See, I haven't watched the Monkeys maybe since the 70s on a rerun. Maybe even since they originally came out on TV. I'm sure caught an episode here or there, but I don't watch streaming TV, so I've not seen the Monkeys in a long time. And looking back on some of that stuff, it might be not as as I kind of remembered it. Just so into it, and then I might even like it more. Often, maybe not on the Monkeys, but like on I Dream of Jeannie, had some music people show up from time to time, bands that they would work into stories and sort of featured the bands, and they would perform and stuff. Can't remember the exact couple of guys that were on there, but it got me onto their music. They're okay. I bought a lot of their CDs. Um, I think they became music producers, was a lot of their success as far as making music for other people. They did have some success themselves singing together. Now, see, usually the eyes are the first thing I did. On this, the eyes are the last thing because I didn't much like the eyes. Make sure that runs off good. This one's so, but it's a good warm up one. Like I say, Bog's a good warm up character, just to line and form. Glenn's hatch looks gorgeous. I showed an image of that yesterday on the show from an old posting that was on Fund My Comic, their site over on Twitter. And Glenn's hatch just looks gorgeous. That one panel of hatch in front of all the stars where he exists and everything. Just gorgeous stuff. If you've not checked out Glenn's hatch over there, really looked at it, it's just gorgeous, and it's ready to mail, apparently. Shadowhawk's already received his copies months ago, back in November, I think. It's gorgeous stuff done by Glenn, though. We missed you, Glenn. I was actually on with Russ and the other guys, Whiskey and the other guys. Although I came in late because it is extremely early for me. I was just laying in bed. But I lay in bed and try and think of plot elements, just whatever pops into my head. Do some of my best work in bed. Does Rex ever sleep? Yes, he does. Occasionally. That pizza I celebrated with messed with me, though. Rob is in the house. What are you mailing me? You can DM it to me. You got some original artwork you had to mail for me? You're welcome, Glenn. It is gorgeous stuff. I did show just something that I retweeted from when probably you launched Hatch. Just gorgeous stuff. Retweeted a couple of the things about your campaign yesterday on Twitter. I didn't know you had anything traditionally to send me, brother. You're too kind. We do need to get together and talk. I know you're a busy guy. You're busy doing Melvin, Timothy's Melvin, redraw on some stuff. Your interior pages on that are looking awesome, by the way. Simply awesome. Good stuff, man. I think it suits the genre really nicely. See, this is okay line work, but it's nothing's popping. Nothing's popping about it. That's okay. It's a good warm up, I guess. Get the old eraser of doom out and erase the. Don't always erase, but there's a few lines here. Just let it dry enough so that you don't smear it. Maybe under the eyes, I can add a little age. Just like a woman. You don't want to put too many, when drawing women, you don't want to put too many lines because it ages up the character so easily, so quickly. Let's see. Need thin. And just do like a little underline of the eyes. Add a little character lines. Character lines. Yep, everybody missed you, Glenn. Where were you? The Devil Flyer stuff we drew in Apex Strength. Oh, recently. Very cool. Rob did a drawing of me. I can show it to you in just a second here. That's when I had a beard. Remember when Rex had a beard? Beard and mustache? And looked a little gruffy? Yeah, I like that. It's okay. Maybe I should do some more breakage with that one. Never waste anything. Let's see. Is this okay? Barely getting any ink out of this. He comes out of the swamp, out of the bog, right? So he should look a little dirtied up, mud encrusted, man thing looking. Oh, shuffling mass of vegetation. There, that's a little contrast. What do you want for a sketch card or a little trading thing? So here you go. Let me date it. Let me date this thing. What is the date? The second? 3/2/124. I wish I'd done more drawings on Leap Day. Simply because it was Leap Day. It only comes around every 4 years. We only get so many of them in our lives. So there's that one. I always think, does it take away from the two, on his head if I add more? This one I didn't, so it's more of a bald look. I would call my biscuits, like my morning biscuits, as a child, I would call them ball-headed. I like them ball-headed. What did that mean? I like them thoroughly cooked, but I didn't like them brown on top. I still like them, just slightly tanned, or just, call them ball head. So that was a good warm up. Wish I had some biscuits cooking in the background. Actually, I woke up, brewed a cup of coffee, which I'm not drinking. Coffee should be hot. That's lukewarm. With lime. Need to do a dump cake today and smell the place up really nice in here, and take it over there. If I have enough fruit, maybe do 2 dump cakes and pay for my next haircut, which is about due. Just so that I don't have any wingtips coming off like Captain America. Glenn says, I was with Helen checking out a place where she hopes to have exhibition later this year. It's a great space. Oh, good. Awesome. Yeah, I woke up and had a ham sandwich. Had a thick cut of ham. In fact, it was so thick, I took a knife and cut it in half. It was a big, thick piece that my mother had saved from her dinners and things like that over there. I go over there, across the road every 2-3 days, whatever, 3-4 days, whatever, depending. Guy from Red Bank, hello. Hey, 10 people in here. That's awesome. Oh, slipped down to 9. I swear that counter's like boom, ba-doom, boom, 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 all over the place. Can't trust the thing. If you hadn't hit that like, maybe you would consider hitting that like button and subscribing. If you're not subscribed, always for the new people. Ones that I have to finish are Devil Flyer. Need to finish that one. Sketching that out. Did ink the beak, the outline of the beak. My werewolf, I need to finish him. He's got some pretty good detailing in there, and I don't like that up there. I'm going to have to correct that. Maybe some Doc Martens. Wide out. Somewhere here is Kate's Lady of the Night. Still have her to finish, her facial features. I think I just covered them up with some blanks here. Here we go. And I need to go in with some Dark Martens on that. Make her dress sparkle, her stars on there. Sparkle. And for you people that came in late, so did finish up Metro, one of my oldest characters from the 70s. I think these make pretty good head sketch. Free art for everybody. What else you want? Free acrylic Standee? Okay, I'll do that all day today. So tell your friends. That's Man Thing. This is Bog, not Man Thing. Which one's Man Thing? Man Thing's got three things hanging off. Mine's just like Spanish moss or stuff like right here in front with some frilly side things. I used to do like this little under the eye, and I still do. I try and stick to the original design. The original design does look more squat head, more alien-like. All right, I think I'll put some highlights, at least do that on some of this Doc Martens brush on her dress, simply because I have not found a good white pen. I've tried the Jelly Rose, this Pentel Milky Pop It does okay. I can try it again here. Might save me having to break the brush out. That's doing a little better. Flowing a little better. This might actually work to a certain degree. I think sometimes I try and go in too quickly with the white. If the paper is not completely dry, it doesn't really want to work for me. This might be enough. It doesn't have to be just sparkly white, you know. It does need to be something more than just dull gray spots. I think that was probably the problem. And I did use this some last night, so, but I have had such trouble with white, and I know I just need to get online when I have the funds to get something that's on the market that's good, better than what I have, and this Pentel or some of the other. I think this is actually going to work. Without having to break the brush out, which is good. I think the black just needed to dry. That maybe I'll just have it flowing good. Been using this a while. Try and leave some white areas in there, so like in the hair highlights, without having to go in with white. Just use the white of the paper. I think this is going to work. There we go. Now it pops a little bit more, maybe a little bit. There we go. Not got enough white out there where it pops more on her dress. I think that's good enough. I think most of the highlights are probably the white paper shining through. I might have put some white in there. I'm not sure. I think that's just the paper coming through on her hair, though, for the highlights. Need to let that dry. Easily smeared. Caleb in the house. How are you? White pen I use is Edding 780. Okay, let me write that down. Not sure they have them in the States. I could send you a couple. That would be awesome. I could always look online too and see if they have something like that, like on Amazon or somewhere. Surely, I mean, I don't know where you get it. Inking pen. Ink. There. Make a note of that. Yeah, I'd like to try those for sure. Check out Hatch on Fund My Comic there. There's the link. I know I have white pen issues too. Yeah. I'm so glad I didn't have to break out the Doc Martens just for that. So I need to finish that one and the werewolf. There's the werewolf, which I'll do that later. I'm not going to get to that now, but I do some pencil work on that thing. Where you at, werewolf? Played this queen. There's the werewolf. And that devil flyer. I have to finish that devil flyer. Don't Stop Me Now has been going through my head. Gonna have a good time or nothing at all. It's been going through my head ever since I played that the other day. Um, nice karaoke stream last night, Bone says, for Caleb Reynolds. I get them from my art shop. Oh, I'd love to take a trip over to England and just check out different, have a few $1,000s to spend and just shop around, just to get, bring back. Have to probably declare it and pay a lot of money to get it back over here. Come with 2 suitcases, maybe more than that, maybe 4 suitcases. Load up on some of those annual hardbacks. Some news of what we're going to do in the coming future. Get my calendar here, which my phone is sitting on. I hate that thing. Said later tonight. All right, where are we at? We're on the 2nd. It's not later tonight. Skipping about a week ahead. I was going to have Selena Hernandez on. She said, so sorry. Had to reschedule. How about the 23rd? That will be Elsie's birthday. We'll be doing the Rex Hex and Apex show on that day. But on the 4 o'clock shadow, we'll have Selena Hernandez, who is going to be on today's 4 o'clock shadow. We'll have her, sadly, on the 23rd. So that leaves today open. Maybe I should reach out to Hojo, it being the weekend, or somebody like that I've been wanting to get back on. Mythicals too. Dude, I don't know where I am, nor did I know I stopped my stream from last night. Boha. Thanks. Yeah. Karaoke singing. What'd you sing, by the way? Selena Hernandez. Let me see. Selena. Here we go. She's Chibi Comics. Hashtag comic artist. Hashtag comicsgate. Hashtag Iron Age. So there you go. Out of Portland, Oregon. Some of you may know Selena Hernandez. I don't see a YouTube or like Twitter or something. But we will have Selena on, not today, sadly, but we will have her on the 23rd, as a matter of fact, Elsie's birthday. That will be my time to host the Rex Hex and Apex show. The Rex Hex and Apex show will not be today, but next week. And we will have on Bill Mouse. Shadowhawk's birthday is coming up the 7th, and I will be on Justin Belmont on the Man Cave at 5 my time. On the 8th, the next day, with Mad Ruth, 8 Central. David Brink on St. Patrick's Day, and that's skipping over the day before, which is Apex's birthday. A lot of birthdays in March. Shadowhawk's baby girl the day before that. Be on Dojo Kun Comics on the 27th with on Incendiary at 9. These late night streams, they can get to you. Just saying. But when you're in campaign mode, you have to do some of this stuff. And we are in campaign mode, and you can get a free acrylic Devil Flyer Standee with your order. A bunch of stuff has been added to the campaign. Let's look at that real quick, just to show you again what has been added to the campaign. Of course, he added just the other day the Doc Blaylock original 11x17 acrylic painting that was used for the tapestry, the blacklight tapestry that's shown there. So you're going to get a different color scheme altogether with that thing. But you can own the original artwork that went into the making of said tapestry. Um, and perhaps a t-shirt. That would be great. Uh, and if you buy the original artwork, you can get a tapestry and all the tchotchkes plus a book. I'll throw in everything. Drawing tier still there. Original art pages. I'll try and get him to put up some more. He has put up some another conception drawing of the albino there, which is going to be a villain that'll play in some at some point. And then some other. But the new stuff are the bookmarks. He put up the clown killer or killer clown in full color, as done by me. Gave him a little skull nose on that one. Nice. One of my favorites here of Bog uh, that I did last year. Another one of Bog. And another one of Bog, which he's kind of sticky there, little made out of sticks. I don't know. With this ominous sort of spawn-like violator character behind him. A little red there, a little white. Again, that's probably a jelly roll or maybe that other white pen over the black there. These are all done on archival safe comic book boards, hand cut by me. A couple of sketch cards here, Bog sketch cards, trading cards, whatever you want to call them, up there. The most recent two that I've done on the show. Everybody gets the trading card that's unlocked, and everybody will be getting that. Uh, and we're moving on to get the Rob Ewing zigzag magnet. I hear the squirrel or something up in my attic. Hope they're not chewing on wiring. Some of this Doc Blaylock artwork will probably go up on the campaign. Here, just be dropped, you know, uh, because all that's been fully scanned and sent to Justin already. He's got a lot of stuff he could add to the campaign. We don't want to overload it and make it too complex. We did take down the old bookmarks. Might take down some of these original concept drawings. If they're not going to sell, maybe take down the Devil Flyers Skull original artwork. Might leave that up there because it is Devil Flyers campaign. Definitely want to put on some more original page artwork by Doc from the Gray Tail story, just to show you a bit more of that, and also try and put up some more Devil Flyer pages just to give you a better look at that story. All the covers seem to be selling pretty well when you combine them, with the 3-tier or the bundle tier. Everything seems to be going all right. Let me just update that, make sure there hasn't been any change. But 42 backers. I'm not sure at this point. I count up. I've gotten most of the stuff back from the printer that's been scanned. Come Monday, I'll have another bundle from what I produced over this weekend. We finally got off that $2,500 mark, and we're moving on. We're moving on to that Rob Ewing magnet, and I'm excited about that. Zigzag, he is kind of the you need mythicals too as well. Yeah. Oh, you follow her on TikTok? Cool. Can't wait to have you on Incendiary Rex. It's going to be fun. Or am I going to feel grilled like I did a little bit last night? Nap boy, he's but we're going to have Mandy Summers on Dojos Wednesday. Oh, okay. Rex is doing the Lord's work, promoting. Yeah. Great singing last night, Tree Goblin says to Caleb. Was Caleb singing karaoke? Dude, I don't know where I am. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Caleb's karaoke streams are great, Fanta says. Yes. Caleb's Karaoke Legendary. There's only 2 days left. Sorry, I can't back the comic. A guy from Red Bank says, you can absolutely back the comic. Uh, this is the last 2 days, guy from Red Bank, of the first 30 days, and we'll re up it. We'll have a closeout, sort of a impromptu, uh, not impromptu, sort of ceremonial closeout stream Sunday, maybe. But that'll be just for the first 30 days. We've still got another 30 days, another month, yeah. Um, and then it'll go in demand for a short time. I did ask Neff behind after the show what he considered to be a good time, to go in demand. He said no more than 6 months. And I agree with that. And preferably 3 or 4. And I'm like, that's my thinking on it. And the project's almost 85% done. Of course, you do want to give people a chance, and that's, I really like launching this time of year because some people do have a little bit of extra money with their tax return, and I realize that comics are a luxury item, and I don't get to back near what I want to back. I've wanted to back Russ Leach's Only Death Can Save Us, and I have not done it yet. Uh, and that's been a couple years, since he came out with the first one. But then, as I told Neff last night, I'm supporting other artists to get my comics made. And so that's kind of the way I'm contributing, and sacrifices have to be made, you know. But I still support other independent books where I can. Uh, got Aaron Lopresti's Wraith of God. Some are still trickling in from where I backed years ago. Still waiting on Pineapple Perception. I backed that one quite heavily. Shot glasses, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. Still waiting on that one. Um, from my first wave of backing. I've been backing since about 2021, maybe. I think so. Yeah. About mid 2021 is when I started backing, and I jumped in and spent all that Trump money and stuff on backing. I said, if I don't back other projects, how can I expect when my project comes out for people to back it? So I haven't backed near what Nefis. I think he said he's backed over 500. I know Shadowhawk's backed over about 400. I just don't make that much money to be able to back that much, but I do back what I can. Some projects are simply because of the person. It's not even my preference in reading material. Although everything that I backed, I enjoy, because I do enjoy the independent stuff more than anything. That is the crown of my collection. I love that rare stuff, and I think what we're doing here is rare. I think it's low print. I think it's collectible. And I think there's going to be a lot of Johnny come latelys that said, oh, I wish I would have got Jawbreakers. I wish I would have got Melvin. I wish I would have, and some of the books won't go anywhere, you know. Maybe because the people didn't persevere, maybe because supplies, the demand that's just not been marketed right. You can have the best product in the world, and if you don't market it right, which I'm not saying I'm doing that with my book, but just getting started. I know, talking to Neff, yeah, could I get the price point down to, lower than $25? Sure. Um, what he was quoting me, and he was very honest with that last night on the broadcast. He was saying, I can print those for like $2.10. I'm like, well, there's a lot of variables: paper, quality, cover stock, page count makes a difference. An 80 pager might be more expensive than 24 pager. I don't know. And he said certain page count. Maybe he can. They said, he and his wife said that they checked out all the printers in the area. No, nationwide, they were saying. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good thing. Maybe you can get that price point. But I was like, yeah, I paid more for that. And consider that they're fairly cheap, actually. and have done a lot of stuff pro bono for me, and haven't charged me with. So they're really been working with me, and I'll be getting some of the trading cards and uh, bookmarks and things like that, and magnets. They make good magnets. Found that out, on the first campaign. But yeah, it cost me more to get the ash can that's up on Indiegogo printed, But all this stuff was good quality. Everybody seemed to like it. I mean, for what it was. Um, I'll be using them for some of the tchotchkes, some of the full, or uh, some of the things that I want to do. They're just not equipped to do. Um, so, I'll have to go with a printer, I think, in Nashville to do the hardback artist edition, which is great because I could actually drive to Nashville in about maybe 5 hours, 6 hours, somewhere like around there. It's been a while since I've been over to Nashville. Um, who's Rozzy's son? You hungover or still drunk? Was he drunk when he was doing karaoke? I'm really excited to get Tug's book, Frog G, and Jack the Ripper. What's VH? Uh, I have backed Tug's book before. I have not backed the other one. I did back Frog G. Looking forward to that and getting the beanie. Um, I have a few books that I backed that are due to come in. Frog G's one of them. Um, I'd have to kind of look at my contributions and see, and definitely would like to back Charlie's London for sure, um, because I'm a big Chaplin fan. And I think what she's doing with getting the Chaplin estate to sort of officially endorse that can't be easy. To go through sort of a middleman and get everything approved like that. I just think that's pretty cool. And I know it's a limited niche thing, but I'm glad somebody picked up the mantle. In fact, the bystander was going to appear like looking in one of his personas. That's Charlie Chaplin. And he may still, you know. Uh, I just love Chaplin and would, I, she beat me to the punch at doing a Charlie Chaplin comic that I would probably never get around to doing, but I appreciate the hell out of it that she's doing it. Um, and through the estate too. That's pretty cool stuff. Um, anyway, everybody have a wonderful Saturday. 12 people in here. Jack the Ripper, Vampire Hunter. Okay, VH. Okay. Uh, yeah, that's a good looking project by Peter Gilmore and Mandy. Uh, you know, he likes to do monsters and monstrous things, and uh, uh, Mary Boys, or I guess Jack the Ripper's being printed over here. I can't say, except for Charlie's London, that I backed any UK projects. Hers was printed and distributed out of the UK. So I guess Charlie's London might be the only one. I'd have to go back and look. That's one thing I really need to make a note of right now and do is figure out. One of the things I need to figure out is getting my full backing history. 60 are about what I'm able to count now. I don't know what I was going off on that. I might have looked at my list. It may be more than 60 that I've backed. It's just I don't have my full history coming up. It only goes back so far and not that far. It's only giving a partial history. So Indiegogo, I, I can't tell you how many times I've written this down as a note. Full history. I have looked into it and I haven't found out how to contact them, but need to make that a priority because I am curious to see what I backed and what has not come in. I also need to get with Ethan. I haven't gotten all my Cyberfrog stuff. I was hoping up till like, and I thought, okay, we kept backing up December. If not by, November. Okay, if it's not in by December 1st, and you back it up. I think they sent me everything, but I know I backed the two um, covers. Never got my Salamandroid uh, PVC figure. So before they totally sell out those and get rid of all those, I need to make sure I get mines because I did pay for one a long time ago. Uh, so I guess I'll just have to get down and contact them and get my full history. Still waiting on Pineapple Perception. I think most of everything else came in. Um, I'll probably pull out. I do have them in there. Most of them gathered together. It's been a while since I've actually shown people what I've backed. Some of the things I do have, uh, uh, I've gotten it on auction. Uh, I've gotten Kickstarter. I've gotten Indiegogo. I haven't gotten anything over on Fund My Comic yet, but that's going to change. Uh, Hopefully, you'll go over and support uh, Fund My Comic. Till something better comes along, right? I mean, I understand some people want Indiegogo and whatnot. I just don't like the shadow banning. I get it. Maybe I'm limiting sales. But yeah, 2 days left on the first 30 days, and then we'll go into another 30 days. Uh, you have time to back. It'll go in demand. How long? I can't tell you. But about 85% of the project is, or more, is that's just a guesstimate, is finished. Little spot coloring, some lettering by Keith Gleason, that does Mighty Mascots and other things, Swamp Tales. In the past, he's done many comics. Be doing some lettering for me. Still have the Jimmy Reyes wraparound cover to come up on the campaign. Um, he's already sold about 15 books sight unseen, I think. Uh, Rex, you are doing amazing things promoting more folks. Yeah, and I'll be lining up some more people. I'll try and get somebody on today. Ask Hojo if he can come on, or ask another creator, whatever. Since Selena can't come on. Um, yeah, I mean, a bunch of my backers came from simply people. I didn't ask them to back my book; they just wanted to. But just simply because I've got to know them and have them on and feature their books, I'm happy to do it. Uh, I'm glad that it's not just, hey, let me show you my collectibles. That seems a little, you know, egotistical. I just like comics and I like passionate about sharing some of the things that I've in this second collection because my first one is Ash, burn up in a fire. Wish I had some of the dope stuff that I had from back in the day to show you, but sadly it's gone. But I think I have a better collection now, and I can't wait to fill up one of these, at least one of the, at least maybe third way, maybe that much from the end there, maybe that much after this campaign with stuff that I've produced. Can't wait that to see the Devil Flyer Standee and see the hardback edition. And I think we're doing some, and just the 6 a.m. sticker. I can't tell you how many. Oh, I've been trying to get 6 a.m. to do me a sticker for over a year, and he's been too busy and unavailable. And just right after I launched, he was like available for commissions, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on like that stank, like on a skunk. Um, I want a 6 a.m. sticker. Well, everybody's going to get one free, and I'm going to commission him just as soon as I can. Get some more backer money. I'll commission him for another one. This time it'll be the Tank Ferret one, with the image of him raising the trident and lightning coming down and breaking the chains. Very heroic one in the 6 a.m. style. I really like his stuff. Um, and it goes with your books too, using Dillard's image, using Tank Ferret's image. And I think Dillard's like, I like that sticker. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Or Tank Ferret goes, oh, I like that sticker, that they actually did a riff on my stuff. I backed a few things. I'm finding my comic. I've went in there to back a few things. One was Timothy Olsen's. But I was like, where's the discount code? I had a discount code and I never, so I was like, I'm going to find that discount code. And I just never found the discount, or I'd find it and then not have the money. Plus sub to Mrs. G's. Yeah. How many subs does she have now over there? She's got to be growing. She was on Red Valkyrie with us last night. That was a lot of fun. I rebroadcast part of it, most of it. Some of those things go on long, man. I feel sorry for Shay. She's got a whole cosplay costume to do today, and she got a little tipsy last night. First time she drank in a while. So, lack of sleep. You'd see the lack of sleep in my face, I'm sure. I'd probably, feed Abby a meal. That way she can sleep real good on a full stomach. I fed her late last night, so she's not hurting. But it was a light meal. I'll go feed her a meal and probably go back to bed. No no Rex, Hex, and Apex today. It'll be next week, and we'll have on Bill Mouse. I'm unfamiliar with him. I'm not met him yet. And then I'll be hosting the next one on the 23rd of March. And that's Elsie's birthday. So hopefully we can get on Elsie. I haven't asked him. But also we'll have on Selena Hernandez. She had to reschedule, who was going to be on the 4 o'clock shadow today, but had to be rescheduled. But that'll be on the 4 o'clock shadow on the 23rd, not on the Rex, Hex, and Apex show. So maybe we'll have on Elsie and we'll feature some of his art, some of his experience. I've known him for 39 years. I would say maybe in May of this year, it'll become 40 years that I've known him. Met him in college in 1985. Well, no, it'll be next year, 2025. About May of 2025 will be 40 years that I've known him. John Philandez that drew the Devil Flyer story, I've known him since 1982, over 40 years. He's 73 now. Just had a birthday. Dave Snow, which I've not seen in about a year and a half. That's mutual friends with both of us and used to work with John. Known him since 1982. We went to the first comic shop I ever went to was Memphis Comics and Records, I believe, was the first comic shop I went to. Besides my own, around that time in 82 and 83 with Dave, I had a comic shop when the direct market was first starting. And went to some of my first conventions with those guys in Memphis and multiple times, and in Chicago, which was the largest at the time, which was very cool because we got to meet some big names like Standee and John Romita. And I have an article in issue 13 that I wrote for Glenn Fleming, and it's in his Comics Unlimited, and you can get that on Amazon if you want to read that article written by me and other great content. It is a tribute issue to John Romita, and it is my story about meeting John Romita and talking to him and his wife, Virginia. And the next year, that first year in 85, he came with his wife. I got to meet him and his wife. And then the next year, he came with his son. I got to meet Junior. My bad. She's at 62 subs now. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, you did an uncork, didn't you? Uncork ended after uncork ended. Oh yeah, yeah, uncork. Yeah, you did an uncorking recently. The other day, I noticed. Uh, Probably had somewhere else to be, but I did see you were running there. I don't know if I popped in and said hi or not. I don't think I did. Uh, but hello. Anyway, going to get to it, get to some rest, a little bit more rest, and we'll see you back here whenever. Maybe the 4 o'clock shadow. I'll try and line somebody up to come on and promote their book. See if anybody's available. It's the weekend, so maybe some people have more time on the weekend, some have less. It's just the way it is. We had an awesome uncork last night. Oh, it was last night. Okay. So much stuff going on with me last night. I streamed for like 9 hours. When you back room things, had a meeting with Dillard. He's got a new image. You want to see it? Um, New preliminary drawing of what he's working on for me. New the latest thing that he did after medieval looking, just to sketch here a bystander, and it'll be like a broken glass piece where he's falling. So there was the pose he kind of proposed to me, bystander falling, and it'll have a cracked surface over that, like reality's kind of cracking, and bits and shards flying off towards the viewer. Should be awesome. Should be an awesome piece done by John. If you have not seen his sort of medieval spawn that we're calling it, here that is again. Just let it come up here. I had to open another screen there to grab it. Here we go. He's gonna cause Devil Flyer some. Let me get that in focus. He's gonna cause. It'll come in focus here in a minute. Should. Uh, he's going to cause Devil Flyer some problems. Cool, huh? That'd be a good standee. And I might do a second standee on this campaign. Anything to raise the roof, you know? I'd love to have that. I think it's doable. I think we could probably do a second standee. I think that'd be awesome. Love to see that. Let's make it happen. Uh, Speaking of standees, one more time, you back Devil Flyer, and we did get one backer last night. Uh, we're over 2,500 on the campaign now. If you back today or somebody backs today, you get a free acrylic standee all day today. The reason I extended it was not, I was fine with no one backed it. I just don't think my announcements were getting out there. Uh, so I extended it. Because it is the beginning of what I'm calling momentum. What am I calling it? Momentum March. We're marching ahead in March at Momentum Comics. Find My Comic is great, uh, except I have to disable my ad blockers, which is fine. Oh, so a little extra step. Dillard is amazing. Invite Kevin on to promote Air Fire Comic. I can. Make sure I have that link over on Instagram. I'll reach out to him. I'm not even sure I'm connected with him, Carrie. And last minute, and he doesn't know me. Probably not going to happen, but it could if he's available. Rob Ewing's Lady Hopper as Standee. Probably, I don't know. Let's introduce the characters and get, Devil Flyer, his campaign, this very first one. You read some stories with the Hoppers in there. We could absolutely do a Lady Hopper Standee or at some point, you know. Might even come up with a better image of her hopping than just that preliminary one that Rob did. So probably not going to happen this campaign, but I'm not ruling anything out. I'd love to see all my characters as Standees at some point. She has similar stance to Devil Flyer 1 already on campaign. Yeah, I know you like that character, and maybe I need a female character. You know, female Standee, female representation in the Standees. Can't wait to get my Devil Flyer Standee. That's right, you've got one coming, Fanta. Good morning, Shadowhawk, Lazy Brain. It's good to see you. Up and Adam Ant. I did send you an instant link. Okay. Well, I will do that before I go back to bed. I will try and line somebody up for today since we had Selena Hernandez have something come up. I had to reschedule. So we will try and get someone on today. Um, it's the weekend, we can promote. And then tomorrow, I guess we will be doing a kind of closeout stream for the first 30 days. Thank you for sending me that link. I will try and get them on if I can. A little short notice, but maybe they'll be able to come on. I'll try them first, Carrie. All right, bow for now. We will see you later. Keep collecting. Keep collecting. It makes up for the other day. I didn't say it, Carrie.